hello everyone, hope you all are doing good. So, we are here again with one more chart, and you see, this video is about when will you get a relationship in your life. And when I say relationship, I definitely mean something long. Okay, it's not like 1 month or 2 month thing, but something long. Let's say 4 5 years. Those relationships which come for a long time. Okay, so, see, there are many ways to check out whether new love is coming into your life, whether it be girl or or a boy. So, what is the, what are the placements which will give you prediction for this? See, if we talk about girls, first of all, we have to see in the girl's chart is Mars getting active or not. And how can Mars get active? Well, it could be sitting in a sign whose let's say dasha is running, or the girl could be running the Mars dasha itself, right? Or antar dasha of that planet. Okay. So this is for the girl. Okay. Second thing, and more so if this Mars is having any kind of relationship with the seventh house, then it become 100% that relationship will come. Okay, provided that the girl is in the age where she should be 15 plus or 18 plus, because the kids cannot even realize what love is. So now let's talk about the boys. For boys, usually relationship comes when they are running the antardasha or dasha of the seventh house, or they are running antar and dasha of Venus, or even fifth house. This is applicable to both. Fifth house activation in girls chart and in boys charts, if it is active, it will give you new love. Okay. Now, usually you will also see that if you're getting in long term relationship, you will have Jupiter transiting in your seventh house. For example, the chart which I have just opened here, if you see, this is a Taurus ascendant chart. Okay, and this is a natal placement of the planet. See, in the year 2018, I'm not going to edit this data. If you want to check, you can check it out. In the year 2018, this girl uh, had a relationship starting all of a sudden. So, if you go back to the 2018 December time, you will see that the seventh house was having the transit of Jupiter. Also, this girl was running the Mahadasha of Mars, which is also here seventh lord, and also the sitting in the sign of Libra. So it was indicating that love will come. Moreover, when Jupiter was transiting in her seventh house, it was being impacted by Venus, little Venus from the first house. So this pretty much sums up that in why only in that period she got a new love. Now, also, Mercury was at 29 degree in the sign of Libra. So you can say that Mercury was about to enter into the seventh house. See, why I'm telling you these things, because this will help you narrow down when love comes in someone's life. Because Mercury is coming in the seventh house, it means someone is going to communicate you. Correct? If Jupiter is coming into the seventh house, so we know Jupiter is a karak of husband too. So when Jupiter is coming in seventh house, it means that relationship is getting formed. Toxicity is not there, at least in the beginning, so far as Jupiter is there. So this is a good transit, given that she was also running Mars MD. So it became confirmed that she would be entering, and she did get a relationship, or you can say a love life, for the next many years, right? Now, in her chart, there are afflictions of the seventh house and seventh lord, which I will not talk about in this video. Maybe in some other video, I'll tell you that what causes breakup in commitments, what causes divorce, what causes double marriage. We'll talk about all these scenarios in some other video. This video is particularly about when you will get love in your life. Okay, now coming to another technique is, let's say you are running Rahu Mahadasha. Okay, and Rahu is transiting your seventh house. It will be better if it is transiting in Taurus, Libra, or in some water sign, because these transits will more easily give you a relationship than others. Now, it could be that you see the heavy planets like Mars, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, and Jupiter and Saturn. So whenever these planets you are running Antardasha or Mahadasha and they're transiting in seventh, they tend to give you relationship, provided with the exception of I would say Saturn, because Saturn sometimes what it does, either it will form or it will destroy your marriage. So there's a catch in Saturn, and it all depends how is your natal Saturn plays, what kind of sign it is transiting in the seventh house. So that will also modify things. Now coming to another technique, you will be surprised to know that even Ketu transit in the seventh house or Ketu presence in the seventh house can also give you relationship, and that too in the Ketu Antardasha or Mahadasha. So it's not so that every time Ketu is running you are getting breakups or no marriage is happening. It's not so. What happens is that when Ketu is sitting in the seventh house and you are getting married or you are getting in relationship, that relationship will become very karmic, because Ketu is retro, right? So it is bringing past life elements into your life to settle debts. So you have to be very wary of Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn transit, especially in the seventh house. Whereas transit of, if we talk about other big planets like Jupiter and Mars, it is pretty uh, better something, right? So you have got a glimpse of what brings you relationship. Okay. Now, what about the combination when your ex will come back? This is a separate topic. That when will someone have their ex coming back into their life? Because a lot of people ask this question to me, and I have observed a pattern, a very good pattern, which will clearly tell you that when your ex is coming back. Okay, so for ex to come back, it should definitely mean you had an ex. Okay, it should also indicate that some kind of breakup also happened. Because then only your ex will be coming back. Otherwise, she would not be going anywhere. See, the transit of Saturn and Ketu in second and seventh have the potential to break any commitment. They are most prone to break. Not Rahu, but Saturn and Ketu. Even if Saturn is in the ascendant, through its aspect, he can create divorce in certain conditions. Also, through its gaze into the seventh house, it can cause uh, difficulty and you can say seriousness in relationship, sucking away its fluidity. So why is that happening? See, the thing is now that Saturn is all about rules and regulations, boundaries, discipline, right? Saturn is not about joy. So when Saturn comes in seventh house, or is being seventh is being aspected by Saturn from first house, what will Saturn do is Saturn will say that okay, I'm looking at the seventh house now. Whatever uh, free choices or fun or any mistake you were doing in the past, now no more. I am here. I want everything to be according to rule. So and this becomes the reason for the breakup too. That one person is like, okay, we have had enough. Now you need to behave properly. We can't go any further without you getting modified. And usually the other person does not agrees with that person, and it leads to breakup. So this is a classic condition that why Saturn can create actual breakup. So when we talk about when will X come back, very simple. See, Mercury is retrograding in any normal year at least like 3 times, right? Also, you have Rahu Ketu transiting every year in some sign. Let's suppose you happen to be particular Lagna, and Mercury retrograde is transiting in your seventh house, and you also happen to run its Antardasha or Mahadasha, you will definitely get your X coming back. Now, when I say X coming back, it does not mean that everything will be merryful, joyous. No, it can simply indicate that okay, X will come back, he or she will contact you again. But what happens after next? It will depend on other things also, because Mercury's transit is very short, 23 24 days, and it will go out fast also. So, that transit, that retrogression Mercury can get you back your X. Okay, now more than this, there's one more technique you can see, you can observe when X will come back. It is when Mars is transiting over someone's natal Venus, especially in the girl's chart. Mars is transiting over natal Venus, that girl's X will come back. Are you getting my point? And especially if this Mars is retrograde also over that Venus in transit, then also your X can come back, right? Similarly, if you have any, and also you must be wondering that if we can, reach that particular day when the X will come back, then yes, that can also happen. See, when Mars goes retrograde in any, let's say, sign, normally he's there for like 2-3 months, because first it will retrograde, then it will turn stationary, then direct, and then cover the remaining degrees. So it becomes like 2-3 month scenario. Any day when Saturn, when Mars is retrograde over your Venus, or is retrograde in 7th house, and simultaneously there will be someday when Moon will transit this combination from either first or 7th. You will see it is exactly on that day you will get your ex back, right? Now there is one more thing I would like to add to this, that for example you are completely unaware that your ex is coming back or not, but you are sitting in a restaurant and this is a real incident, and like after 7 years you get to see your ex sitting, let's say, few benches ahead. So why did that happen? you know because it might be so that your 7th house is not having any transit. It might be so. Then why are you meeting again your ex? See, as we know that in every hour some particular gochar lagna is being formed, okay, which you call hora. So some kind of ascendant is being formed in every hour throughout the day. So in one particular hour, and if other transits are also supporting it, then there could be scenario that in that particular hour, Venus and Rahu were conjunct in the 7th house, either by transit or through natal. Venus is in natal 7th house and Rahu is transiting over the planet. And in the Hora chart, it is showing that in the 7th house now it is. So you can just bring it down to that particular hour which when this will happen. Now again, it doesn't mean everyone will get their X on that particular day. No, you must be having some other combination which is supporting X coming back, but it is just about the particular day and particular hour when you can meet your X. So this video was, I know, little complex, but it is not that complex. If you listen to it again and again, you will get my point. Apart from this, there are other techniques too to see a blissful marriage or a horror marriage, or divorce, or getting new relationship. There are other combinations too, but these were some of the combinations which I have found most often coming in front of me. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you will like this video and subscribe. So we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.